God will not answer your prayers unless you follow the golden rule. And what is the golden rule? Do to others as you would have them do to you. Now you say to me, well, I believe in that rule, but why do you connect it to answered prayer? It's because Jesus does. Watch what he says in Matthew chapter 7. This is the Sermon on the Mount. Verse 7. Ask and it will be given to you. Seek and you will find. Knock and the door will be open to you. For everyone who asks receives. The one who seeks finds, and to the one who knocks the door will be open. Which of you, if your son asks for bread, will give him a stone? Or if he asks for a fish, will give him a snake? If you then, though you are evil, know how to give good gifts to your children, how much more will the Father in heaven give good gifts to those who ask him? How many of y'all can say amen? Don't you love that? But what most people do is forget the next verse. So, in everything, do to others as you would have them do to you. For this sums up the law and the prophets. Notice he says, so. He is connecting this whole idea of answered prayer with this condition. Do to others as you would have them do to you. Because what are you asking God to do? You're asking God to do to you what he would want if he were in your place, right? You're asking for healing, or you're asking for financial provision, or that you would find someone to marry, or praying for your children, whatever it is that you want God to do for you. You're wanting him to give you good gifts, not bad. But then he's saying, why are you asking God to give you good gifts, but you yourselves are not willing to give good gifts to others? Why aren't you doing to others as you would have them do to you? This is the summary of morality. Is before you do something to someone, ask yourself, if that was you, would you want them to do that? That's why when you look at murder, adultery, lying, stealing, cheating, betraying, you realize all of that's a sin because not one of us want anyone to do that to us. And so I find so many Christians, they have a lot of faith, but they have so little love. And friend, you can't have a lot of faith and little love and think your prayers are going to get answered. You got to have a lot of faith. Or can I say this way? You just have to have small faith like a mustard seed. But if you have great big love, oh my goodness, that mustard seed faith will move mountains. But if you have not love, I'm telling you, your faith is just a noisy gong. It's not doing anything. The Apostle Paul, he picks up on this idea in Galatians 5. Let me show you what he says. Verse 6. B, the only thing that counts is faith expressing itself through love. You know, when Paul says the only thing that counts, you know what he's saying? He's summarizing everything. He says, let's boil everything that we know about morality into one little thing. Is that faith must be expressed through love. You can have faith in the Lord. You can have faith in healing and faith in miracles. You can have faith in all the things you're trusting God for. But if it's not being expressed through loving other people, then it's nothing. It won't work. Don't you get it? Faith needs love for fuel. See, faith needs love for fuel. You can have great faith, like a big car, fast car, but if it doesn't have gasoline, that car's not going anywhere. And your faith's not going anywhere if it doesn't have the gasoline of love. Because you need love to fuel faith. And listen, I'm just going to be honest. I've seen too many Christians that go to church, talk a good talk, but they're so mean. They don't think about other people's feelings. They're rude, they're unmannerly, they're unkind, they're gossips. They don't even think about how they're treating others, and they don't realize they would never put up with that for one moment. But yet they expect people to put up with their carnality and with their hatred and dislike and meanness. Friend, you're not going to get answers to your prayers when you act that way. Notice again, Jesus tied together his teaching on prayer with so. By using that word so, he's connecting what he's about to say with everything on prayer. So, do to others as you would have them do to you. Are you doing that? Because if you're not doing it, friend, forget it. Your prayers aren't going to be answered. So if I were you, if I was really desperate, needing God to do something, I would check up on my love walk. Can I tell you, that's what I usually do when things aren't going well? I check up on my love walk. And I ask myself, am I being kind to people? Do I treat them the way I want to be treated? Because I try to correct that. And if someone did something wrong to me, and they ask for forgiveness, would I not want them to forgive me too? Yes. So I forgive them because that's what I would want. See, I check up on my love, not so much my faith, my love. And I think some of you, that's what you need to do, is check up on your love, and you might find you're not following the golden rule. And that's why your prayers are going unanswered.